Hey y'all. So it is almost Christmas time. You've got a couple weeks left, and if you or someone you know is a plant dominant eater, meaning that they are really focused on getting more fiber in their diet, they're wanting to be plant-based, whole food plant-based, plant strong. These are some of the words that are nutritarian. These are some of the words that are used to describe this type of eating, where the majority of your eating is whole food plants. Then there are some things, some tools that you can use in the kitchen that are super, super helpful for that. And I just want to show you, I've been doing this for 6 years now, I guess. We are not vegan as a family. I've got some meat eaters in my family that won't give it up, but I only cook meat once or twice a week. And I typically don't eat it. I'll have salmon every once in a while, or if I make a roast, I might have a couple bites, but I'm pretty much a whole food plant-based eater. But I prepare a lot of things from scratch. So I make all of our own dressings without oil. In fact, if you want, down below, I'll post a link to my sauces and dressings recipes that I have on my website. These are not things that I've created. They are things that I have found out there in the internet wild that are really, really good and tasty. And so we use them all the time. And the first accessory or tool that I use in the kitchen, actually, I use to make it, and that's my Blend Tech. So you can see my Blend Tech mixer right here. High-speed blenders are super important, and you can either do a Blend Tech or you can do a Vitamix. My daughter has a Vitamix, and I love it. When I go to her house, I use it. The Blend Tech is just what I happen to have, but they are crucial if you're going to make things like plant milk, or you're going to make any sauces or dressings, cheese, like nacho type of cheese that is plant-based. Soups, I love this right here. The first time I really used it for anything like this was to make a raw soup, and it was out of this world. It was either butternut or acorn squash soup that was delicious, and you mix it to the point where it's actually warm and ready to eat when it comes out. So it was perfect, and I love my Blend Tech for sure. I will tell you that I've also utilized other ones that are very popular. I'm not going to say their names, but they market themselves as high-speed blenders, but honestly, they just don't do the job. They just don't. We make smoothies in this every single morning for my grandkids. This is kind of like a community kitchen that we use here on the farm. And I make smoothies for them every single morning, and it is the best. You can throw all kinds of leafy greens in there with a little bit of plant milk or water and blend it up, and then add your other stuff, and it's not chunky. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean, right? The smoothies that are chunky, this is not chunky. And I realize a lot of you don't drink smoothies and you don't have to, but we do. Kids love it. It's the way I get vegetables in them. It's just part of our veggie first method, so that's what we do. The second product that we use quite often is you can see my granddaughter, or my daughter-in-law rather, went to a Christmas party this weekend, and this is what they gave her. But I utilize a dehydrator. Now, there are a couple different types of dehydrators that I probably would buy now if I was buying one. This is the one that I bought when I first started this several years ago and was growing food in my garden in my suburban backyard. And it works. It does the trick. It does what I need it to. The thing that I don't love about it, to be honest with you, is that it has this little hole in the middle. So it's very difficult to spread things out properly. Like if I was going to do, if I wanted to dehydrate like fruit leather, right? And I wanted to puree some blueberries or strawberries or something and lay it out on the layer that has the plastic bottom, you know what I mean, silicone bottom. If I was to do that, I've got something in the middle, so I can't make long strips, you know what I mean? So if I were going to buy it again, I would probably buy one that is I think it's called Excalibur. I'll link it down below, that you can actually slide them in. They're a lot more expensive. Honestly, this is a Hamilton Beach. I have utilized it probably since 2020, maybe 2019 also. It has worked beautifully. I make my own teas with it. So I grow sorrel, which is what they make hibiscus tea out of, and then I dehydrate the leaves. I also grow a lot of Thai basil, and then again make tea out of it. I also grow thyme and red pepper and all of that, and you can see up here I dehydrate it all and put it in jars for us to utilize. So I have grown ginger and turmeric in the past. I'm still growing it. We usually use it fresh, so I haven't really gotten to the point where I'm drying it yet, but I will do that. So that's the second thing, the Blendtec, and then a dehydrator. Again, mine is Hamilton Beach, although I think the Excalibur is probably, if you've got the money, that's the one that you probably want to do up front. The next thing that I utilize quite a bit is my juicer. So the one that I happen to have is a Breville, and it works really well. It's very, very easy to clean. I think I started off probably, I don't know, in like 2010 with a Jack LaLanne juicer way back in the day. This works beautifully. I absolutely love it. It cleans real easily. It makes juice. It's not like the slow masticating juicers, again, that are a lot more expensive, but this is the one that I happen to have. And I happen to have it because my dad gave me theirs after my mom died. And so that's the one that I use. I'm kind of a Breville girl. So the other thing that I use all the time is my Breville toaster oven and air fryer. Now I started, if I was going to buy an air fryer again, I would buy this one every single time. I would never buy a plastic one. I don't like the way they smell. And they're small. You can't do a large amount of food. And I also feel honestly like if you're cooking something that hot in plastic, there's got to be some leaching that occurs, you know. But the Breville, so I had a Breville toaster oven. Again, I would never have spent $250 back in 2000 on a toaster oven. I was raising kids. I didn't have that kind of money. But my parents bought it for us for Christmas one year, and I loved it. It lasted me 15 years. And then when I bought a new one, actually it was still working. I ended up giving it to my daughter, and my daughter took it to college with her. And when I bought the new one, I bought the one that also has the air fryer component. And I'll tell you something, we love this. So we have right up here, I got some Saison that we've made. I've got some French fry mix that we've made. So this French fry mix, I think I got it from the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, if I'm not mistaken. It's her recipe for fry seasoning. And it's got cumin, equal parts of cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, turmeric, and then black pepper and salt. And if you want to do salt, if you're salt-free, then don't. But if you want to do salt, then do. And you basically take your French fries or your potatoes and you cut them up so they're, they don't have sugar in them. They're not soaked in anything. You're not utilizing oil. You sprinkle this on. Sometimes I'll spray them with a little bit of aquafaba if they're real dry. But otherwise, you spray this on. You toss it in there with a little bit of maybe tamari or soy sauce. Or again, you could do aquafaba just to make sure that it will stick. And you pop them in that air fryer, and let me tell you what, they are delicious. My family absolutely loves them. So we utilize that quite a bit. It's also got a dehydrator function, actually. So if you've got the right kind of drawers or slides to go in there, then you can use that as well. The next appliance that I use all the time, all the time, that's why you guys can tell these are out here on the counter for a reason, is my Breville food processor. And this is a 12 quart. Yeah, it's a 12 quart, and it has a whole container full of accessories that go along with it. So it will slice, it will shred, it does everything. It's got a small little attachment you put inside if you just want to do something small. You can use a small S-blade. Use this all the time. Use it to chop vegetables. I use it to make our no tuna tuna. We use it to make our chickpea-based cookies, our black bean-based outrageous brownies from Chef AJ. I use it for everything, and I've had others. So I've had other brands of food processors. This one is heavy duty, without a shadow of a doubt. It's the best one that we've had. It will handle pretty much anything I give it, which is pretty amazing. Over here in the corner behind my parsley that I'm keeping fresh is our mixer, our KitchenAid mixer. We use that all the time. I also utilize, I want to say it's a Hamilton Beach infusion. I forget what the name of it is. I can't remember the name of it, but mine is this Hamilton Beach one. I think you could probably utilize any brand, to be honest with you. But what it does is it allows you to stick this down rather than a regular mixer. It blends things up like if you're going to make soup. So if you're, or even sauces, if you're cooking, potatoes and carrots and onions and all that stuff, and you want to blend it up into a sauce, you just put it down in the pan, which is amazing. The next thing that I do is mine happens to be a Breville, but a rice cooker. We used it last night. We do a lot of beans and rice around here, and so the rice cooker makes it perfect every time. I also have an Instapot that I'm just learning, honestly. I'm not an expert in the Instapot yet. We've made a couple of things that I've liked, a couple of things I haven't. We've been living mobile for the last 2.5 years in an RV while we were waiting to buy this property. So we were only buying canned beans. And I finally bought some dry ones, and I've got the Instapot. So that's what's going to happen this weekend is I'm going to try my hand at making our own chickpeas and our own black beans. We'll see how it goes. But I love the Instapot so far. So far, what we've done with it has been great. I just haven't used it a ton. The next thing is a wok. This is probably a relatively inexpensive one, but it is cast aluminum. And the reason is I had one of the other cheaper ones and they just rust and they get nasty. This one has held up quite a bit. But let me tell you something. If you're a plant-based eater and you're doing a lot of vegetables and sauteing, this is the perfect utensil to do that with. It's the perfect pan for that. I use it all the time for sauteing our vegetables. It is absolutely amazing. And then the last thing that I use quite a bit, like every week, is our crock pot. You see over here, it's got some food in it. Whoop, there it is. Food in it at the moment. The kind that we happen to have is, I guess, a crock pot brand, maybe. That's the name of it. That's what it looks like. And this was my daughter-in-law's. Mine is in storage still. We've got a storage container outside, and so mine's still in the storage. But we utilize it every single week. So those are the tools. Let's see. We've got the blender. We've got the food processor. We have a rice cooker. We have an Instapot. We have a crock pot. We have a Breville air fryer. We have a wok. We have a dehydrator and a juicer. And those are the and a blender, a little hand blender. And those are the things that I literally use all the time as a plant-based eater. So if you are looking for something to buy for Christmas for your plant-based eater, definitely check some of these out. If you want it easy, I am going to put down some affiliate links below. Don't feel like you have to use them, but they're there if you want to. You know what I mean? If you want the exact ones that I've been talking about, I'll have all those linked below. And then also, again, if you will comment or leave me or actually, I'm not even do that. I'm just going to leave a link at the top of all of that for my sauces and my dressings, because they really are amazing. You can make some amazing one-bowl meals and salads with dressings and sauces that are not high in calories. They're not super high in fat, and they're very, very tasty. They totally level up your food. So that's it. I hope you all have a great Christmas. Happy shopping.